Welcome everyone to V8s Online's live coverage of the iRacing.com Thursday night Grand Am Series, proudly presented by Track Racer, V8s Online Superstore and Thrustmaster. Jay Kennedy here in the host chair for round one from the fantastic Watkins Glen, running the boot layout. Joining me tonight, I've got two commentators joining me now. Start with Sebastian Murray-Westberg. G'day, Seb.
How you doing, Jay?
Very good, mate. Very good. Looking forward to another fantastic Grand Am season. Should be another good one.
Yeah, super excited about it. Last season ended off really well, and looking forward to getting into it again and getting some good racing.
Also got Daniel Bryant, just made it just in time. G'day, Daniel.
G'day, Jay. Good to be here. I've done a few of these broadcasts now, so I'm excited to be here for the first one for the season for Grand Am at one of my favourite tracks as well.
A couple of changes to this season from last. The races have all dropped by 5 minutes in length, so 45-minute races now for our short races, 75 minutes for the endurance rounds. So it should probably make the racing a little bit closer. Guys will be going all out a little bit more. They'll have less to lose going at it hard earlier, so should be nice and close. And again, be a very, very good season, and really looking forward to it once again.
Yeah, just having a quick look through the field. We've got some good names in here, some returning faces. So it's good to see some regulars getting back out there after a strong performance last season. Obviously, the TTL boys of John Emerson and Dylan Sharman finishing off last season with the championship wins.
Have a quick look at the track. Probably one of the most well-known tracks in sim racing, Watkins Glen circuit. 5.41 k's in length, running this boot layout. That 45 minutes will be the race length. 12 turns around this layout. The race length is not 100 laps, we can assure you of that. 45 minutes in length. Should be a nice close race for sure.
I'm going to say Watkins Glen seems to bring out some of the best racing across all the series. Obviously one of the easier tracks to get your head around, so a lot of guys use this to test on. So it always brings out some really cracker battles.
Probably the one track you go to if you're wanting to learn a car, you go to Watkins Glen first, because it's not necessarily the easiest track, but it's the track that you can get most comfortable at quickest, I guess. It's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those tracks that's got some really good corners in it, some long straights. You can really test out the car and really tune it into how you like. So I know the first time I try out a new car, the first track I go to is Watkins.
We've got two season champions. Sorry, Seb. We've got two previous champions in this race. So we've got the Riley DP Series champion from last season overall. Of course, the Australian New Zealand Club Championship, John Emerson. And also in the field as well. And so around goes Emerson. And Dylan Sharman as well.
Yeah. New TTL liveries out there as well, which is good to see. But John Emerson and Dylan Sharman, fantastic job from them last season. But as we know, as the racing gets bigger and more exciting, more people get involved, it gets a lot harder to maintain that.
Well, speaking of getting bigger, actually, looking at the numbers that signed up tonight, I think we ended up with about 94 or 95 drivers signing up for this race. So, obviously, we have the top 30 thereabouts. Hang on, let me have a look. 23 cars in our top split, but I think it was 93 or 94 drivers signed up overall. Good to see.
Yeah, it's brilliant to see, and a good mix. We've got 10 Rileys and 13 McLarens.
Yeah, nice close mix of cars. We'll go through the grid. I'll run through the Riley Daytona prototype. John Emerson will start from pole. Alex Lem in second position. Matthew Barron will start from the second row. One of the few times we'll see him out this season. Chris Osborne next in fourth, and Chris Green, Steve Vanus, Andrew Wachapui, Moko Kono, sorry. Derek Turing and Barry Kennedy, the 10 drivers in the DP field we have.
And going through the GT field, Dylan Sharman's managed to secure pole with a blistering time, a 1:45.5. That's an epic time. Unfortunately, we don't have live times on screen, so apologies for that. We have to give a big shout out to Christian Elwood, who does all our overlay stuff. He does a lot of work behind the scenes for us. Sometimes we have a few mistakes, and that's just natural with these sort of things. But continuing on with the grid, Andrew Lee comes in second place with a 46.3. Then we've got Christian Elwood in third, Tony Ortridge in fourth, Wayne C. Burke, good to see him back out there in fifth place, Aaron Heap in sixth, Blake Copper a little further down the field than we used to expect to see Blake in seventh place, Corey Osborne in eighth, Mitch Abrahall in ninth, Andrew Wren in 10th, Dean O'Brien in 11th, Nathan Grouden in 12th, and Jonathan Salhani in 13th, rounding out the McLaren field.
Yeah, good little grid there, and a lot of names in there that we are a little bit familiar with, and some newer names. I'll tell you who I'm excited to see out there. He's one of my favourite sim racers. I know him personally. He's a really nice guy. Andrew Lee, the one who hopefully will be able to take it to Dylan.
I think Dylan will be looking forward to having someone going up against him. Could have had it quite easy last season. But this season, I'm sure he'll be looking forward to having someone a bit closer to him. So hopefully Andrew can do that this season and give Dylan that bit of competition he's really wanting.
Yeah, definitely. Andrew Lee, very strong racer, and he's clean. I haven't seen him make too many slip-ups. Couldn't really get his head around the V8, but he likes the high downforce stuff and stuff that he can really just throw into corners. So this is his kind of racing.
We did see Andrew Lee battling really hard actually last season at Indianapolis Road with was it Shane Van Gisbergen, Justin Ruggier and Christian Elwood in the McLaren field. Those boys were having a great tussle into team battle, so hopefully we see some good hard racing from those boys again tonight. Christian obviously in third place, so he'll be looking to take the battle to the guys in front as well.
Yeah, and Andrew Lee would have loved that battle, and that was a fantastic battle for last season, the one in Indy with Shane Van Gisbergen, Justin and Andrew Lee. Good to see those guys going hard even though that they're teammates. Yeah.
Now Daniel, you should be pretty familiar with this field, so
I'll take it away. So we're still open for the McGrath Foundation for Racing Champions. So if you want to donate, head over to donate.v8online.com.au. You can donate there. You can also go to our Facebook page, hit the little tab up at the top. So it's facebook.com/v8online. Hit the little donation tab, and those donations will go directly to McGrath Foundation as well. Brilliant cause, something to really get behind, something that's probably going to affect most people. So definitely something that you should get behind. But let's get ready for some racing.
Yeah, here we go. Pace cars off.
No, Emerson just smashed them out of the start.
Christopher Osborne looking to make it 3 wide down into turn 1 on the outside. This might get a bit awkward.
Oh, this
bit of a
turn
touch.
one's always hairy at Watkins. All the Rileys have gotten through quite cleanly. McLaren's now all coming through. Andrew Lee sitting there.
The McLaren's gone off to a good start. We've got a few guys towards the back. Dicey
There's a big accident.
Big flip. It's Steve Amos.
Oh, that looks...
You've got to have to be careful here with the...
McLarens!
Dylan Sharman!
Oh,
our season 2 champion.
We're just going to get this back up on replay, but that was Dylan Sharman's taking a massive amount of damage. Not a good way to start your season.
Not when you're a reigning champion. That's not what you want as a reigning champion. You see, here comes Sharman and bang, straight into him. That's the end of Sharman's race.
Looked like Steve Vainus lost it all on his own there. He did have the car up on the inside and bang, just snap oversteer all of a sudden and finds himself in the wall. There were a couple other DPs that did manage to make contact with him. Barry Kennedy's got a bit of damage. I think Derek Turing has a bit of damage as well. So, unfortunate incident. Dylan Sharman out of the race.
Yeah, not good to
It
see.
looks-
It's a very it's a little bit hairy coming up there, and you do lose a little bit of grip, but I've never seen someone come off that badly across the top there, I don't think, in O'Reilly.
Andrew Lee inherits the lead of the McLaren field. He'll be happy to have missed that carnage. Car's looking all clean and straight, so he'll be looking to push on with Christian Elwood, his teammate, looking to chase him down in second place.
Yeah, ANZ Motorsport 1-2 at the moment. Now, that's so tragic for Dylan. They almost got out of the way there, Steve, and it not quite quick enough to get out of the way, which is really unlucky.
Yeah, unfortunate thing, but this is racing, and this is what happens. You can't control everything around you. All you can do is make sure that your car tries to stay on the road. So Dylan Sharman would be quite upset by that, but you get 2 weeks to round off to throw away, so he's probably going to use this as a throwaway week, I'd say.
Yeah, obviously the iRacing Series Championship, it works itself off a 8-week calendar with a 12-week schedule. So what they do is they bring in 4 drop weeks. Your 4 worst results for the season are not counted towards your overall championship. So Dylan will be looking to use that.
I think actually last season Dylan missed the first 4 weeks, so he come in late in the season and used them all, picked up, I think he won every race, am I right, last season?
Yeah,
That he competed in anyway?
I'm pretty sure he did. I remember when he did come in and we started saying his name, it was for all the right reasons of being out front, so I don't think he did, apart from no-shows.
Yeah, now I'm just having a look further up the field with the Rileys. John Emerson's managed to break away here, but the battle for second, third and fourth is quite hot at the moment, with Matthew Barron sitting there in third.
Matthew Barron sporting a new livery then, which brought on late last season. Really stands out in those 3 cars, with Christopher Osborne, a name we're familiar in seeing. It's good to see him out there. Doesn't quite have the pace of John Emerson out front, but looking for a good battle with Matthew Barron at the moment.
Alex Lamb in 4th position, just trying to hold on to the back of these guys as well. But another interesting livery there, Chris Green, the Wild Turkey American Honey livery. It makes me a bit thirsty, actually, Daniel.
That sounds like an absolute awful drink, but we're not going political on this one, because you should not really do that to bourbon at all. If you can't drink it straight, don't drink it at all, guys. Come on. But talking.
Just looking back into the McLaren field, we've got Tony Ortridge, Wayne C. Burke and Blake Copper having a great battle. Blake Copper is looking to get up in the inside of Wayne. Saw Wayne have a great run last night in the truck series, so good to see him racing the McLaren as well. Looking to get a good run out of this into the boot section. It's not really an overtaking point at this point, but if you can get a good run out of this corner as we go on board with Blake Copper, he's looking to get nice tight line exits, come out this short straight towards slow right-hander. I'm not sure exactly what turn number, but he hasn't quite done the run he would like.
It will be turn 8, Seb. Turn 8.
Thank you, Mr.
Sorry guys, we're still trying to teach Sebastian how to count. He's just learned his ABCs, by the way. We're proud of him.
What's up to see again? I can't remember.
Matty Barron, all
Yeah, here comes Squizzer. We should get a move done here into the bus stop. But
definitely sitting there.
Defending already, Chris Osborne. We're only 5 minutes into this race and he's already defending.
Oh, Matty Barron.
That's good move.
So Osborne tucking himself in there to make sure that he can use the draft.
Great bit of driving there from Matthew Barron. Squizzer as we know him.
It was really a good piece of driving by both. And Christopher Osborne giving him plenty of room, making sure that he doesn't get too far away.
Thinking about having a look there again.
Oh, apparently there's been a bit of interchange between garages. Matty Barron's got some technical help from the John Emerson at TTL.
Looking down the back of the field, Dean O'Brien is looking to get a position up on Andrew Wren with Jonathan Salhani and Nathan Grouden close in tow. These boys are bringing up the field, but every position counts. They're all racing hard, as we always see through the all our series, really. Good hard racing through the entire field.
Oh, bit loose there from Dean O'Brien. Interesting livery there from Jonathan Salhani. It's a old school McLaren Formula One livery transformed into the McLaren out there in the GT field, which is
obviously a man of great
very
taste.
interesting.
Jonathan almost got the run out of that tight right-hander and couldn't quite get on the power as much as he'd liked. Trying to get a move on Dan O'Brien as he looks to the inside. No, he can't get it done there.
Now, I'm having a little bit of a look at Wayne Burke and Blake Coppo. These guys are really going hard. Blake Coppo looks like almost ran up the back of Wayne Burke. But a great little battle with these guys. This is for our 4th position.
Another battle I can't keep my eyes off is this
Oh!
Blake
got the move done. You go.
Blake from Burke.
That's all it takes to take one just a little bit too wide, and Blake Coppo's made the most out of that.
Great move by Blake Coppo, and another man looking to make a move is Alex Lam on Christopher Osborne. These boys are battling hard for 3rd and 4th in the DP field.
Yeah, Matty Barron will be loving this. As these guys battle, it gives Matty a chance to kind of break away.
Osborne's in the fence.
That's not good at all.
That's going to really hurt his race. He's actually crabbing. He's got major damage to the front right of the car.
Go to a replay of that. It just looks like
It's got shot a bit too wide, I think. And,
yeah, it seems like maybe it's something that they're playing with some new settings. Is that it's the second DP that we've seen just snap.
it's that patch of road that he's come around, and obviously that patch gives you a little bit more
track, yeah.
a little bit more grip than what you think, and then once you come off that, your car, it seems to snap, and then it does it in a lot of the cars, so it's a little bit deceiving there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Christopher Osborne. He was having a good race up in 3rd place, and now finds himself down in 9th and in the pits getting repairs.
Yeah, Squizzer will be loving this. This leaves a nice little gap between him and Alex Lamb.
Yeah, Alex Lamb running new livery, obviously signing with Overclockers. We haven't updated our on-screen graphics for that one because we didn't even know that one had happened. So congratulations to Alex for getting a drive with the team. It's always a big help having a team around you.
Yeah, definitely with the boys from Overclockers as well. They've still a fairly new team overall compared to some of the other guys that have been around, but yeah, fantastic group of guys, and yeah, big part of our series.
Yeah, well-deserved drive for Alex. As looking a bit down, Christopher Green getting harassed by Tomoki Kono. Tomoki, a new name to our series, not familiar with Tomoki, so good to see some other drivers getting in there. Tomoki from Asia.
The only non-Australian New Zealand driver in the field.
Andrew Lee still managing to hold on to the McLaren lead with Christian Elwood. Only 0.8 of a second behind, so this battle for the lead of the McLarens isn't over. Actually, it looks like we've lost Jonathan Salhani and Dean O'Brien. Something happened between those two we've missed. Not far back, actually. It was just back half a lap ago at the bus stop. We've got the replay up now. It looks like Nathan Groudon was there with Jonathan Salhani, and he's just another snap oversteer moment there from McLaren this time with Jonathan Salhani.
Dean O'Brien as well, just a little bit back. He's just had a bit of an incident all by himself coming off, just a little bit too hard into a corner, and he's ran wide.
And these cars looking a little bit more twitchy than we're accustomed to from last seasons.
Yeah, some of these guys, obviously there are a few changes made to their car over the season to really get it dialed in. Some of these guys still might be using their old setups from last season as well, so the car not reacting the way that they were on the old setups.
Well, since the McLaren's been released, we haven't really seen any major updates to the cars. I know when I did a few races and that last season, the first setups we made when it first got released at Daytona for the 2.4 were still valid on a lot of the tracks. So maybe those old setups are just not quite working anymore. The Tomoki Kono, sorry, gone past Christopher Green.
Yeah, and also coming back into the lane. Chris Osborne's back in the lane again, but what I was about to say is the cars, of course, every car's got a slight change now with the carcass of the tyres, the car's changing, so the physics of a lot of the cars have changed in that aspect, so guys, we'll have to start tweaking setups because the car, as you said, had remained unchanged for 6 or so months now, and now it's definitely has changed.
Gains and losses up for the DPs. John Emerson obviously holding his position. Matthew Barron up one spot. He'll be looking for one more hopefully. Tomoki Kono, up 4. No real big movers and shakers. We've got Blake. So I'm looking at the wrong gains and losses. Moves to the GT3s with Blake Coppo up 5 spots. 3, sorry.
As we said previously, we're still teaching him 1, 2, 3s and ABC. If anyone wants to tutor Sebastian, just send us an email. I'll put something on our Facebook, and yeah, he definitely needs it.
Accustomed to directing and not having to actually commentate.
Oh, here we go.
Actually having people tell him what to do and actually having people hear his mistakes is normally quiet and doesn't get them out there. But tell you what, Coppo's very racy on the back of Mortridge here.
Definitely, he's looking the gear at the moment. And while we're watching this battle as well, and we're just talking about car changes, we probably should have just a little bit of a chat about Monday night and the few car changes that we're going to see on the V8 Supercar.
Yeah, quite a few changes actually. Of course, as we said, the carcass of the tyre has changed, but also a few of the aerodynamic, I guess you'd say, glitches or exploits have been adjusted. So we should hopefully see a closer series. And looking at qualifying so far, it's still the same couple of guys up the front, but definitely that mid-pack, or sitting from the 4th, 5th guy down, it's very, very close. So it's not much in it.
No, there's not a lot in it at all, and the car actually feels really good this season, even on the default setup, so it's going to be an interesting season to see how it...
Yeah, Blake Coppo really looking to try and capitalise on Tony Autridge here. These boys racing hard. Blake Coppo knows this is the time he wants to get good points with Dylan Sharman out of this race, so he's trying to move his way through the field. Tony Autridge doing a great job, not driving overly defensive, but just holding his line and making Blake Coppo actually have to work for it, as Wayne C. Burko's a little bit wide behind.
It's one of the... Mitchell Aberrell having a bit of a squirt around in the McLaren after spending a bit of time in the Riley, I do believe.
Yeah, they are a good... Yeah, they are... Sorry, Mike Troubles had a good season in the DP last season. We had some good results. I think he actually did manage to get a win or two in. It was good to see Mitch Aberhall trying out a different car and seeing how he goes there. Christian Alward harassing Andrew Lee for first position in the McLaren.
Quite interesting, I think, this Christian Alward Andrew Lee battle.
I don't think there'll be too much messy stuff going on here. These two boys will have team bosses in their ears telling them to behave themselves, but they'll still want to race each other, but they won't be... I don't think we'll see anyone punt the other driver here.
Oh, I reckon we could have a talk to Brooks here and make some action happen.
Yeah, with the new season, the iRacing have decided to change the lengths of our Grand Am races. So last season, 50 minutes was the standard race length for this series, but this season gone down to 45 minutes for the sprint rounds and 75 minutes for the enduro. So different fuel numbers for these boys to get their heads around, but still going to be some great racing as Blake Coppo, he's tailing the back of Tony Autridge. He's going to have a look up into turn 1. Is he there? He's diving. Yes, he is. Can he hold it in? He's getting held tight, but Tony Autridge has got a good run.
Autridge using all that concrete on the runoff at turn 1 there, and that's actually giving him good drive. Coppo had to sort of exit shallow, so it's cost him a little bit of speed.
He has got a bit of a run.
Draft here, and here we go. You'll get the move done here into the bus stop.
Team boys go side by side through here before. Great driving from Blake. Good move, good commitment. Tony Autridge realising he was there, just left it wide. He's not got Wayne. Almost lost 2 spots there in 2 corners, but managed to hold on to it.
Good driving there from Burke to manage to actually hold on to the car, and Autridge a little bit wide coming through the boot.
We're actually about half race distance now with the new shorter races, so still a fair bit of action to come, but it's gone quickly this race.
It's just starting to settle, and won't be long before we'll see the action heat up again.
John Emerson's now coming up on the back of Andrew Wren to start lapping the lower class car, so this is when things can change dramatically, where we know how quickly you can lose time having to try and make a pass on the slower McLaren. Well, he's got a little bit of time in his pocket. He's got 5.6 seconds over Matthew Barron, second place, so didn't affect him too much. Matthew Barron will have to make his way through the same traffic, so unless there's anything major, John Emerson should have been able to keep it going. But he's lost 7 tenths just trying to get past Andrew Wren there.
This is the interesting part of these races now. 20 minutes in is where the guys start to get the overlap between the front-running DPs and the slower McLaren GT3 cars.
Amoki Konos hasn't been able to escape the clutches of Christopher Green. Christopher looking to get this spot back. Has he got the run through this section? He might try and... he is very close.
Kono, they're taking that a little bit shallow to make sure that he didn't let Green through there. He was almost close enough, but not quite.
Christopher Green didn't really get a good run there either. A bit too hard on the strips.
Andrew Lee still managing to hold off Christian Alward.
Mate, it looks like Hollywood, but it's not.
It's one of those days, no matter what I do, I just always seem to manage to get Christian's name wrong.
As we said.
No matter what you do, you always seem to disappoint me, said. So. I've got to say though, Jay, I haven't heard your voice in a while because you've had a broken mic, but you're sounding a lot more manly. So whatever mic you've got, it's really working for you.
I've got a new microphone and apparently I've matured since Monday, so it's thanks boys. Been heckled all afternoon.
Just had to get it out there. We were tempted to introduce you as someone, Tony Autridge going wide, attacking Blake Coppo now.
Tony's loving that runoff there at the exit of turn 1. That must be his best line. He's obviously tried other lines, but he must love to use that runoff, and here he goes. He's got some good speed, but
John Emerson going to be...
Is Emerson going to get involved
this is going to make it awkward. No, Emerson thinks better of it. He knows he's got a strong lead and he's going to let these guys battle it out and get around them where it's a little bit easier.
And Barron will be absolutely loving seeing that ahead of him because he knows that now that Emerson's through, the guys in that battle will know that the other DPs will be coming through.
Matthew Barron is only 2.2 seconds behind John Emerson now with him being held up by those battling McLarens, and now Matthew Barron's going to have to try and get through, so hopefully he can he might have a short straight here. This might be advantageous for Matthew Barron as Lane getting a little bit loose, trying to come out of the corner, but Matthew Barron will
Big
be able to...
advantage here for Barron is that the guys know that the DPs are around, so they're going to be using their mirrors a lot more than what they were when Emerson was coming up to them. They're a lot more friendly letting Barron through than what they were with Emerson.
Plenty of room there for Matthew Barron.
Alex Lum looking to capitalise too. He's also... Oh, he almost contact there with Blake Coppo. It's the pleasure we get watching these mixed class races when you got the faster class coming past the slower class. Always puts on good action. Oh, Blake and Alex almost getting together there. So the official gap now between first and second for the DPs when they crossed the line was 2.7 seconds. I was out to 5.6 a few laps ago, so Matthew Barron able to attack that gap. Nancy Burke got a run on Tony Autridge. He's going around the outside. Tony gets on the brakes a little bit early, knows that Wayne's there. Good smart presence of mind there from Tony. Just doesn't want to cause an incident. Racing hard. Gap at the front now down to 1.7 seconds. Although Matthew Barron might get held up a little bit by the McLarens here. He's past Christian Elwood. 22 minutes left in this race. Although now...
Barron seems to be doing a much, I wouldn't say better job, he just seems to be a little bit more luckier than Emerson getting those... Whoa, Barron! Oh, that was close. Very sideways, locked it up. Speedway style.
Yeah, Matthew Barron obviously with uni commitments not being able to race too often this season, so looking for a good result when he can. Enjoys racing this car. So as we go back and have a look at Mitch Aberhall in a good battle with Aaron Heap in front of him and Andrew Wren behind him. So these boys have been racing hard all race long.
Yeah, Andrew Wren's actually closed up on these guys. He dropped off the pace a little bit. Now started to close up. Now just over 20 minutes to go in this race.
Oh, it looks like we've got a bit of movement at the back here. Blake Coppo is getting swamped by some Rileys.
Oh,
nice and close there from Christopher Green.
Had to take evasive action almost into the outside fence.
Tell you what, boys, I can't take my eyes off this Wayne C. Burke and Tony Autridge battle. These boys... We just saw Wayne get the position before lap ago, but Tony Autridge looking to get back past.
While you're looking at that, I'm actually looking at Matthew Barron really starting to close in this gap on John Emerson.
Although now it's closed up at the line, it was 1.6 seconds, so it was out to over 5 seconds not many laps ago. Now back down to under 2. Barron looks like he's... Seems as though he's got this car worked out in this race.
Although to John Emerson's advantage, he did have the faster car when he didn't have traffic to deal with, and now the next car in front of him is actually Christopher Green, who is more than half a lap ahead. So it'll be a little while before lap traffic comes into play again. Aaron Heaps ended up.
Heap is in the lane from there. Oh, big crash through the boot.
Gonna replay up now. It looks like, yeah. So going back a little bit too far on the replays, just going through the carousel, coming into the boot section.
Same deal. It's just snapped straight into the fence, but may have lost it a little bit. Actually took a bit of curb on the inside of the right-hand hairpin, and I think that sort of shot him a little bit loose and bang straight into the fence. That's race over.
And Mitch Aberhall's come down pit lane too, so he's got some damage to his McLaren. He did make contact, so a little bit delayed on the replay there, guys, but get to see the action nonetheless. Everything sort of holding stations at the moment with actually John Emerson. He's managing to pulled that gap out over Matthew Barron a little bit. Now he's got some clear track in front of him. 18 minutes to go, a bit over 18 minutes left in this race, so still plenty to come. These boys should catch the back of the McLaren field again, so Matthew Barron will be hoping to stay within contention to hopefully get that lap traffic come into play again.
Actually, looking at last lap around was Emerson's second fastest lap of the race, a 39.6 compared to Barron's 39.9. So 3/10 gain last lap. Go back to the lead of the McLaren field. Andrew Lee, 1.2 second gap back to Christian Elwood at the moment.
Hey, Christian's fallen back a little bit from Andrew in the last couple of laps. And then a bit of lap traffic came into play and affected that battle, or not. We're not 100%, but Christian will be looking to pull that gap back in. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, with Dylan Sharman out of the race, these boys will be looking to capitalise on a good result. So, the V8 season coming back with these new as the race settles down a little bit. What are you guys looking forward to with this new season of the V8s?
There's a lot to look forward to in this season. Obviously, V8 Online testing some new tech with picture-in-picture. Maybe we might see a bit more of that. But I'm looking forward to hopefully a few of those glitches.
Well, I love how you're stirring these two boys.
Oh, I love it. You know I like this kind of stuff. I'm actually really looking forward to the end captions where we have all the people who donated to the McGrath Foundation show up as well. I think that's going to look brilliant on Monday night. But in all seriousness, I'm looking forward to seeing how close the racing is going to be with the new the improved tyre model, I should say, because it's not completely new, and also with a few changes to the car.
Sorry to cut away there, Daniel. Tomoki Kono has actually just made a mistake coming out of the booth section of track, coming onto that back straight. He's gotten a little bit loose. We'll see if we can get a replay up with Christopher Green was coming back at him. These boys have been racing hard together, so and look at the replay. It looks like he's just gone a little bit loose as he's coming out. Managed to catch it, kept it just out of the wall, but unfortunately,
yeah, literally just too.
It was close.
I've just scraped it back, but I don't think it's damaged. No, there's no damage to his car, so he'll be fine. He'll push back on again, and he's got a little bit to catch up now, though.
Only lost one position out of that. Andrew Warhope is 20 seconds behind. Something happened to Tony Autridge. He's losing a lot of spots at the moment. He's back down to 7th place. I'm just going back through my personal replay. I can't see anything that would
He had a little bit of an incident a lap ago in the fence, and I think it's actually damaged his car. But yeah, he's got damage to the front right of his car after hitting the wall. So that will actually be the reason why he's lost a lot of time. You can see the damage to the front of the car.
Yeah, unfortunate incident there for Tony. He was having a good battle up there with Blake Copper and Wayne Burke, and was looking for a good result. But yeah, simple mistake, like we said earlier. It's been obviously a lot of changes to his car these boys aren't familiar with, so a lot of snap oversteer, it seems.
I think too many guys have been practicing driving trucks and a Lotus 49 and the V8 Supercar have forgotten to practice the car that they're actually wanting to race.
Probably should have a quick chat as well about our newest broadcast, the trucks. How good were they?
That was fantastic to watch last night. Absolutely loved it. Disappointed with the long portions, but overall, what a finish to that race. It was just edge of your seat stuff. You didn't know who was going to win, who was going to get second, and who was going to crash out. It was just fantastic to watch. Great to see.
Yeah, it was a fantastic little race, and it was a great broadcast. Good job for all the guys involved with the Sim Instruments truck series, and good to see Shane Van Gisbergen out there giving something that he really loves in iRacing a crack.
Yeah, it was good to see. Obviously, with a first-time broadcast of race and the new soft for the Aussie guys, there's a lot of drivers out there looking to make a name for themselves early and racing new names that they haven't raced against. So, learning what they can do around each other and learning what the car will do in traffic and other things. So, boys pushing hard, but as the season goes on, they'll get to know who they're racing against and what sort of driver they are, and we should see some good racing through the season. Really looking forward to it.
I think the thing I'm looking forward to is coming up after next week. Next week, another tough track at Darlington. After that, the schedule gets, well, I won't say easy, but it gets a lot more basic in regards to the track layouts and how you actually handle the course, whereas Pocono probably the toughest or the second toughest track, and then this week Darlington the opposite, either be the toughest or the second toughest track. So starting the season off very, very hard, and it will come home to a few different style of tracks. Of course, we go to Canadian Tire Motorsport Park in round 5 for a road race. The same weekend the trucks go there in real life, so that would be very, very fun.
I didn't know the trucks were able to turn right, Jay. When did they bring that in?
They definitely can turn right. Actually quite a fun vehicle to drive on road courses. We've had a few fun nights driving them on road tracks, and they're very, very good cars.
Yeah, they are a lot of fun to drive around the road courses. Should be some good racing when we get to Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, formerly known as Mosport, which is most commonly known for. It's a great track, tricky track actually, quite a lot of bumps and undulations and fast corners followed by slow hairpins, so it should provide some great racing. As we look up the front of the McLaren field, Andrew Lee's being harassed by Christian Elwood again.
Yeah, Christian been able to heat up again. Yeah,
Christian been able to find that time with DP's lapping in amongst it, so Andrew getting off a little worse in the timing than Christian with that car passing. Battles back on with about 11 minutes to go in this race.
One thing we hadn't mentioned, there's actually a bit of a glitch at the moment. The last build of was released for the cars a couple of days ago. It actually glitched the McLaren, and the brake lights actually don't come on in the cars. So the guys are probably giving each other a little bit of extra leeway, a little bit of extra room to make sure that they don't make contact with the car ahead.
Apparently they're coming on in the broadcast, so there was a update released today, so I'm wondering if they did fix that, Jay.
Hearing that it's actually caused the issue, the fix today, so the drivers, when they're actually driving, can't see other cars tapping their foot on the brake.
So it must be just when you're racing, because we're getting them up in the broadcast, so that makes sense. Is Andrew Lee?
There's a little bit of a team photo opportunity here with the DP, Advancing Car Fan Group, ANZ Motorsport DP of Derek Turing going between Christian Elwood, now coming up to Andrew Lee, so team photo up.
Those cars do look good. We've seen some good liveries out of those ANZ cars in the seasons gone past, and a lot of splashes of colour down the side as we see Derek thinks about diving up the inside of his teammate there, but realising it's a tough point of the track, waits to an easier point, and Andrew lets him past.
He'll be happy with that. We expect to see that as a new cover photo for ANZ.
It has settled down a little bit
now, I guess.
Yeah.
Quick, get the broadcast up, Brooksy. You got a team photo.
But it's actually really good. Just to touch on the ANZ guys for a second, they really started off as a dominant V8 supercar team, but they've really followed us in the broadcast and also supporting the Australian New Zealand club. And as more racers have joined the guys over at ANZ, we've seen some really strong drivers. We saw obviously Shane Van Gisbergen in the trucks yesterday for ANZ. and Andrew Lee, Christian Elwood out there now in the McLaren. Oh, and Derek.
Just looking up front at the DP leader, John Emerson. He's got himself out to a 4.1 second time. It was 4 seconds as he crossed the line officially, but live timing saying 4.1 moment. So obviously got this car hooked up. Doing a great job. Last season's champion, overall champion, and the AuzNZ champion. So good first full season from the TTL boys.
Yeah, definitely. John Emerson. Sorry, go, Jay.
No, go, mate. No, go, mate. You're up.
Just go, Jay.
I was just going to say that the lap times that Emerson's doing at the moment are actually quicker than Barron's fastest lap. The Emerson's just in cruise control at the moment. He's got it planted. He's got this car wound up, and he's gone.
Yeah, I remember it was just before the start of last season. I spoke to John Emerson, and his words was, "I want to be fast in the DP." He wasn't worried about any other car that he was racing. The DP is what he wanted to dominate in, and he's definitely set his mind to the task, and he's doing it right now.
Yeah, great peddler, John Emerson. We've seen him have some good results in the V8 Supercar as well. We saw him get a win last season. Well, actually, technically the season before. Now,
season 1. He was back in February. He won at Danvort National, which is, I think, is the only person in the world that loves that track now. So, you always love the track that you pick up your first win at. So he'll love that track forever, and no one will ever race there again.
Yeah, he's a good peddler. He's also done some work for the V8 and Lions team. Credit for our intro videos for the Grand Am and the V8 Supercar broadcasts go to John Emerson. Does some work, a lot of video stuff for other programs and stuff around. So good steerer and a good unity member, I should say.
Yeah, John Emerson's obviously a talent not only behind the wheel but in a lot of other things he does when it comes to videos as well. Multi-talented man, unlike Sebastian, who can only direct a race.
He can't even count to 5, so...
He's from Armidale. Does he even have 5 fingers?
You have to take his shoes off to count to 4, so...
Sorry to any viewers at Armidale.
Blake Coppo having a few internet issues at the moment. Just having a look at his quality. Yeah, his quality seems alright, but his ping is getting up there. He's sitting about double of what everyone else is in the race, so having a few internet dramas for Blake. The nature of online sim racing though, isn't it?
Yep, so it's sim racing's version of a mechanical issue. So he actually just posted his fastest lap of the race the lap before, and he's got all sorts of dramas with his internet, so I'm sure he'll be worried. About 5.5 minutes to go. He's just got to hope that his internet will hold on.
He was quicker than Christian that last lap by 6/10, so obviously got the car hooked up, even though he's having a few net dramas. It's just hoping to stay connected. As Andrew Lee has managed to pull out about a second now over Christian, with some DPs getting through them fast. With 5 minutes left in this race, it's a little settled down now. It's we've got John Emerson with the 5-second lead over Matthew Barron, who has 3.8 seconds back to Alex Lam. Alex Lam having a great race in the DP. First race with the Overclockers team. Got to pick up a podium.
Can't whinge about that for your first race out with a new team.
He's a good steerer, Alex. We've seen him racing solo last season as a privateer. So interesting to see how he can go now. He's got a team working with him. He can bounce setups off people.
Oh, this is where it gets exciting.
Here we go.
The dying minutes now. Christian Elwood all over Andrew Lee. Has
Andrew Lee made a mistake there? Just getting through in the in the chat, Barry Kennedy, realizing the boys in front of him are having a battle for the lead, and he's just going to hang position for a little while. He's not in a battle himself. He's got 4 laps to Christopher Osborne behind him and 20 seconds to Derek in front of him. So he doesn't want to get in there and spoil these boys' races. So good bit of presence of mind from Barry.
Could get up in front of him and slow him down and make it a 3-way battle. That'd be much better, I think.
Yeah,
It's
I
always
agree.
good sportsmanship to see that too. That sort of thing happen, but you can actually see visually that Blake Coppo's catching these guys. Last lap around Coppo was 1.3 seconds quicker than Andrew Lee and 7/10 quicker than Christian Elwood, so he is catching.
With 3 minutes left in the race, has he got enough time to pull in that gap? It's about 3.1 seconds officially by lap timing.
I would have thought about making a move into the chicane. Thought better of it, and it's actually cost him a bit of time on the exit.
Mitch Aberhall's actually found the fence again. He's had another mistake. A race to forget for Mitch in this first outing in this McLaren. Coming into the boot section.
They've just gone straight ahead.
Yeah, obviously McLaren a lot different to the Riley. Probably hasn't really given himself enough time to adjust to the car. You never know, we might see him next week back out in the Riley. He might hang up the McLaren again as they've had enough of this.
Well, we saw a couple of guys last season swap and change cars midway through the season and swap back again. So I think actually John Emerson ran a race in the McLaren last season, didn't he?
I think he might have done it in some of the other splits just to try his luck in it, but pretty sure he just stayed in the DP for the entire championship in our broadcast.
Yep.
So with a minute 40 to go, John Emerson's coming to the line. I believe this.
Yeah, it should be the last lap this time by.
So we're going to have a look at Christian Elwood and Andrew Lee as they're still going toe to toe.
There'll be a hope in.
They'll actually get 2 more goes. Yeah, they'll get 2 laps too.
Fantastic.
Well, John Emerson's actually not far behind them on track. If he catches them and passes them on track, they won't actually get a white flag. This will be their last lap, so they'll be pushing hard to try and stay in front of John Emerson.
Although Andrew Lee would probably like to get this over and done with, because I bet you he's feeling the pressure now from Christian.
You see Barry Kennedy, he's still just holding position, letting these boys race hard. Andrew managed to get a better run out of the bus stop there in the carousel, but makes the time back up coming into the boot section.
Boot section here is where Christian's really quick. He's really good through here.
Christian seems a lot smoother around this section than what Andrew does. Andrew seems to be throwing the car around a lot, but Christian seems to really be navigating this quite well.
John Emerson comes to our lap, Blake Copper. He won't want to see that. He's not going to have the opportunity now because he will get the checkered flag this time by as John Emerson comes out of the boot section for the last time. It's been a very dominating race from John Emerson. He's really got this car hooked up. We did see Matthew Barron catching him for a little while as traffic came into play, but he's got a 5-second gap now back to Matthew Barron. Andrew Lee.
Dominant performance once again for John Emerson. He comes around the final corner for the final time.
Andrew Lee and Christian Elwood will get another lap.
Yeah, they'll get another lap, but John Emerson will take the checkered flag, picks up the win of round 1 at Watkins Glen.
Now, Boy Squizzer in second. Great job there from Matty Barron for his probably only race for this season.
And Alex Lime coming in third place for his first run with Overclockers.
All right, let's
go back to that battle with the McLaren field. Have to go back to it.
Yeah. Andrew Lee's got to hold him off for one more lap. He was probably shooting himself that Emerson didn't quite get around him in time. Surprised how clean Christian Elwood is. Uses a lot more of the circuit than what Andrew Lee does as well.
The bus stop's probably the one spot on the track that you notice Andrew is a lot quicker than Christian, but Christian just closes up right up to the bus stop and then he loses the time at the exit of the bus stop.
It's been a great drive for both these boys. Been faultless. Really, they both really put on a great performance. Both looking for good results with Dylan Sharman being out of this race, unfortunately. But Andrew Lee looks like he might be able to hold on from Isle Ward here. There's only a few corners left as they come out of the boot section of the track for the last time. Back onto the NASCAR circuit.
The 2 corners left now for Andrew Lee to hold on to pick up the win in the GT3 Series of Season 3 2013 Grand Am for Australia New Zealand Club. And the final corner for the final time. It's a 1-2 finish for ANZ Motorsport. Andrew Lee picks up the win. Christian Elwood in second.
Fantastic job by these ANZ boys. I bet you they loved having Dylan Sharman out of the race and just leaving it to them too.
It's been a great performance from these boys. Barry Kennedy, the last guy on the lead lap for the DPs, coming just holding position behind those boys. So been a great race through the entire field. A couple of little mistakes here and there. Some really unusual behaviour from some of the cars that we've seen tonight.
Yeah, I expect to see a lot more guys do more practice next week. We'll go to the results. We'll start with the Riley DP class. John Emerson winning by 4.332 seconds. Back to Matthew Barron. Alex Lum in 3rd position. Chris Green in 4th. Mookie Kono in 5th. Then we've got Andrew Wachopi. I'm sure I've got that wrong. Got that wrong. No doubt. Derek Turing in 7th position. Barry Kennedy in 8th. Chris Osborne in 9th, Steve Vanus in 10th position.
We'll get up the results for the GT film. Andrew Lee manages to hold out for the win over Christian Alward. Blake Coppo comes home in 3rd place. Great drive from him. He was catching the leads but didn't quite get there. Wayne C. Burke, after some great battles, comes in 4th. Corey Osborne, man, we didn't really talk about all race long. Was in a bit of a battle there for a little while. Corey in 5th place. Andrew Wren in 6th. Nathan Grouden in 7th. Tony Ortridge, after his mishap with the wall, finds himself down in 8th place. Mitchell Aberhall, another probably a race to forget for him, finds himself in 9th. Aaron Heap in 10th. With Jonathan Salhani 21 laps down in 11th. Dean O'Brien in 12th, and Dylan Sharman 26 laps down. Fortunate race for him, one he'll want to forget. Well, it's been a good start to the season, boys. It's good to see these cars back out on track.
Yeah, it's only been a week without them, and I think there's a lot of people that have already missed them. So it's good to see them back out there. Watkins Glen, a fantastic round to kick it all off with. Where are we off to next week, Jay?
Next week we are off to Road America, another 45-minute race. So another track that is very, very well suited to these cars. Nice, big, long track. So we shouldn't see too much issues with traffic too early on, but probably half hour into the race is when we'll start to see mayhem happen with the traffic everywhere. So should be another good race next week.
Yeah,
definitely one that we'll be looking forward to. A massive double. Oh, we go straight from Watkins to Road America. Two really big tracks for this series.
and obviously we've got the V8s on Monday night coming up, so look forward to that as well. And the trucks next Wednesday, they're heading to Darlington.
Yeah, before that, obviously, as you said, the V8 Supercars next broadcast, which is Monday night from Mosport. As we were mentioning, the truck series will go there later in the season. But Mosport, round 1, 28 laps, sprint round, use a full tank of fuel. So no pit stops, no fuel saving. It should be another fantastic race. We might wrap it up for this one, though, boys. Another good one. Thanks again.
Yeah, it's been a great race and some good action on field. Good to see the boys back out there, and I can't wait to next week.
Yeah, definitely great fun being in here with you, Jay, and not so much you, Seb. But no, fantastic fun all around, and yeah, hopefully I'll be back on another broadcast soon.
I know,
Well,
as
thanks,
director,
guys.
I might actually ban you from the comms box, Daniel. I don't know.
Daniel's never banned. Don't worry about that. We'll wrap it up. Thanks heaps to Des behind the scenes. Thanks, Daniel. And thanks, Seb, for helping me out in commentary tonight. Thanks, boys. You're watching V8 Online's live coverage of the iRacing.com Grand Am Series, presented by V8 Online Superstore, Thrustmaster, and Track Racer. Your winner for the GT3s, Andrew Lee, and your winner for the DP class, John Emerson.